is Sheasu and welcome to my Roblox YouTube channel, and today I'm back with another video. And in today's video I have some very awesome news before we actually get into this YouTube review. As you probably know, I actually have two more channels that I've actually recently just created, one called Coda and one called Drake. And these channels are going to be, well, one of them is going to be non-Roblox related, where I just make videos on stupid things, you know. It's my furry kind of account or whatever you want to call it. And Drake is going to be my Roblox gameplay account, and you're probably thinking, why don't you just upload Roblox gameplays on your main channel, Shea? I mean, I would do that, but the problem is that this channel is more focused on tutorials and YouTube reviews, and I kind of don't want to change my content anymore because I've done that so many times. So I thought instead of just uploading all sorts of content on this channel, I thought it would be best to just upload consistent content on this channel so that you guys like the content a little bit better. And on my other two channels, I'll be uploading different content. So if you guys have different tastes or you guys want to check out these channels, make sure you do. But either way, guys, without further ado, I don't want to waste any more time. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe really quick because we're on our way to 20,000 subscribers. But either way, without further ado, the YouTuber that we're going to be talking about today is...
Now, I thought this dude was him, the one I was firing with the Max 7. I thought that this was legit him, but it took me a while to notice. But if you look in the bottom left corner, you'll see that he has rage quitted. And y'all know what it is time to do. He rage quit, you're garbage at the game! Don't you ever hack again, you're garbage!
Alright, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know who John Roblox is, and if you don't know who John Roblox is, we're going to be talking about him in a second here, but just a basic overview of John Roblox as a YouTuber. He's a Roblox YouTuber who uploads all sorts of types of videos, and without further ado, we're going to be looking at some of his stats. Alright, so looking at John Roblox's stats, John Roblox is a Roblox YouTuber, as you guessed, it's literally in his name, with about 144,000 subscribers. And of course, if we actually go to his about page here, his description is E. If we look at his stats, I don't know why he just put E, but I mean, if I was making a description for another channel, I'd probably just put E. Either way, going to his other stats here, he actually joined YouTube on January 2nd of 2014, which was quite a while ago. And in total, he has about 48 million views, which is pretty good for a channel with 144,000 subscribers. Of course, he also has a business email, which of course you can check out if you want to. And he also has his location, which is in the United States. All right, so looking at John's Social Blade stats here, John has a total grade of B+, which is pretty considerable for a channel like his. The amount of subscribers that he gets in the last 30 days, he got about 14,000 subscribers, which is awesome. That's almost the size of my channel. And of course, the last video views he got in the last 30 days, he got about 5.5 million views in the last 30 days. Also a really good job. Either way, the amount of subscribers that John gets about per day, of course, we're looking at the broken Social Blade stats here. He gets about 1,000 subscribers per 2 to 3 days. And if we also look at the amount of video views that he gets every now and then, he usually gets about 100,000 to 200,000 views per day. So, I mean, again, comparing the two, John Roblox's Social Blade stats are very similar to Kaneko Kitten's Social Blade stats. Either way, enough of the Social Blade stats and the stats in general here. Without further ado, we're going to be talking about John Roblox's content. Alright, so when it comes to John Roblox's content, of course you already know by the name of his channel, John Roblox is a Roblox YouTuber, which means all of the content that he ever uploaded was Roblox related. And as you can see, if we just scroll down to see what kind of content he has on his channel, he has mostly Arsenal content, like most of his new content at least is Arsenal related, but there are a few gems that actually do stand out. For example, there is a tower defense simulator video as well, which is a pretty good video, I guess. I mean, I actually watched the whole thing and it's one of the videos that we're going to be talking about today. It was updated to a day ago, but it's a pretty good video. And of course, he also has some other videos. His videos usually range from about 25 seconds to about 15 minutes. That's because some of his videos actually have good edits, which we will be talking about in a second here or much later. They're kind of just meme videos that he likes to upload, and those are the type of videos that I also really like on his channel. But of course, without further ado, the three videos videos that we're actually going to be talking about John Roblox is we're going to be talking about the new Tower Defense Simulator update, even though he literally just uploaded another video like 22 minutes ago. The second video that we're going to be talking about on John Roblox's channel is, of course, the exploiting video. He makes a bunch of those videos, but I found a video with about 400,000 views that looks really cool. Not only that, but I've already watched it too, so it's a really good video, and we'll talk about it later. And the last and final video that we're going to be reviewing on John Roblox's channel is his very first video, which, yeah, it's very interesting. We'll be talking about that in a second here. Of course, talking about all the thumbnails of each and every single one of these videos, his most recent video actually does have a pretty decent thumbnail style. Of course, it's not necessarily the type of thumbnail style I would personally make. I mean, it's simple, it looks good, it captivates the user, it has text, it has outer glow or whatever he used. I mean, it's a pretty decent thumbnail. It doesn't have anything advanced like renders or so forth, which is a little bit disappointing for a thumbnail, but that's fine because I don't necessarily think that John is trying to make people watch his videos for really good thumbnails. Either way, it's enough to get the information around, and that's why I really like this thumbnail. His second thumbnail, in comparison to his most recent thumbnail, is actually not that good. I mean, in comparison to the two, I mean, it's okay because it still, again, does get the information around, but if a graphics designer was to look at this thumbnail, they would probably be absolutely disgusted by where the text is placed, as well as how unproportionate the character is and how a lack of contrast exists in the thumbnail. But of course, as you know, you don't necessarily need a thumbnail that's really good in order to make it popular. Like, he literally just has a picture of himself just doing the okay hand in the very corner of the thumbnail, apparently. I mean, do what you want, but I mean, and of course, the first video thumbnail that he ever made is, well, it looks stupid. I mean, of course, it's his first video. I mean, if you look at my first video, I have a stupid thumbnail for that one too, but I don't necessarily expect John to be putting a ton of effort in his most recent or first thumbnail. So, of course, comparing all of his thumbnails, if I could rate all of his thumbnails, I would say that John Roblox's thumbnails would be a considerate 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Either way, without further ado, that's enough about John Roblox's content. So without further ado, let's start reviewing his videos or his editing. Alright, so talking about John Roblox's editing, in his most recent video, the editing that he actually has is pretty decent. I mean, it's a bunch of cuts and stuff like that that are very simple, you know, a transition, a simple blur transition that goes from one frame to the other. It's simple editing, but I mean, for John Roblox to be commentating in a video, you don't necessarily need that much complicated editing. So I'm not necessarily surprised that that video doesn't have a lot of editing in comparison to some of his other good videos. So of course, the editing in this video is decent. It's not necessarily the best type of video editing you will ever find in a video, but it's decent enough for me to give it an okay out of okay. Anyways, the next video that John Roblox actually uploaded to his channel, or the Arsenal hacking video, this one was actually what really captivated me. Of course, the editing seems to be pretty simple, it seems easy and all that kind of stuff, but there's something about this video that I actually really appreciate John Roblox for doing, and this is something that I actually never did on my channel myself. And this, of course, is putting his voice over a selection of gameplays, basically commentating over his own gameplay. And that takes some guts to actually do. You know, I mean, the quality of the video itself and the terrible quality of his mic don't necessarily work well in the video. But of course, he's known for his terrible mic and stuff like that, so I'm just gonna brush that to the side. But the fact that he actually commentated over this gameplay is a pretty good decision for a YouTuber like himself. So, I mean, if that's the first time he ever did something like that, he did a pretty good job. And if he ever wanted to host something like Roblox Saturday, I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but it was basically an Arsenal tournament that was hosted by Aiden RNC. I would honestly really recommend John Roblox to commentate over something like that, because he definitely has a good voice, he definitely has a good personality, and he does a really good job of commentating over stuff. I mean, if I could recommend anything, it would be really nice for John Roblox to start making commentating videos very similar to what Kaneko Kitten does. Of course, as we all know, Kaneko Kitten's channel isn't necessarily doing the best because of their commentating videos, but I mean, it's totally up for John Roblox to do something like that. I mean, John Roblox is a gameplay channel, so I wouldn't really expect something like that from him. But as for the first video, there's only one way I can really explain this video. Either way, anyway, I mean, that video was okay, I guess. I mean, the editing that went behind making that red sparkle time fedora is pretty good, I guess, but the actual concept of the video itself is pretty old-fashioned, but it's pretty funny. I mean, I guess as an old Roblox user, I would kind of relate to something like that. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I don't relate to anything. I'm probably the most awkward person in all of society. Either way, though, those are pretty much all of 3 John Roblox's edited videos. Jesus Christ, I said that absolutely wrong. Just let me rephrase myself. Either way, those are all of the 3 videos that I actually piled up together of reviewing John Roblox. And so, of course, piling up all the videos and comparing them all together, there are some videos that I actually didn't mention that John Roblox made that actually have good editing. For example, the ones that are very short. Like, he actually uploaded a 02 video, which was pretty good, and it ended up being an Arsenal trailer as well, so that's something to keep in mind. Pretty cool stuff. Of course, when it comes to his basic editing and his most simple form of editing, I would give it a 7 out of 10 because you don't necessarily need to be a good editor to have good commentary and a good personality. But of course, for some of his more well-edited videos, I would give them a solid 8 out of 10. Of course, they're not necessarily the best edited because I can tell that they have simple transitions and stuff like that, but for somebody getting across a good message, I mean, it's pretty good for what it does. Either way, without further ado, let's talk about John Roblox's personality. Alright, so talking about John Roblox's personality, John Roblox is the kind of YouTuber who has kind of a toxic personality, but that's also what made him really famous. If you know John Roblox, you know that he yells a lot, like a lot in his videos. Very similar to how Kaneko-kin has a terrible microphone, John Roblox sort of kind of has the same thing where he has a absolutely terrible microphone. But of course, this is Roblox's personality. This is the reason why his channel got popular, because of how absolutely toxic his personality is. You know what? Toxic isn't necessarily the best way to describe John's personality. I would actually say that it's an entertaining personality, because the definition of toxic is somebody who is genuinely bad. Like, you don't want to listen to them or you don't want to watch them at all. But John Roblox, he actually has more of an entertaining personality, and though I'm not necessarily the most fond of the personality that he actually has in his videos, I'm okay with it because it's still a really interesting personality and I find it to be really funny sometimes. Of course, he also has a really good commentating personality, as I mentioned in his most recent video, or second most recent video, because he actually uploaded a freaking Arsenal video right when I recorded this video. Fantastic! Either way though, I really like the kind of commentary that John Roblox does as well. It's very sophisticated, very detailed, very well done, and quite frankly, I'm really happy that John Roblox is doing a very good job at what he does. I mean, he definitely deserves the credit that he gets, you know, despite the fact that he doesn't necessarily want to be the most professional YouTuber on the market. You know, that's what makes him the best personality, or one of the best personalities on Roblox so far. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of Roblox YouTubers are very unnatural. You can probably tell that they're very robotic and they're trying to appeal to a kid's audience, but John Roblox has absolutely no limits, and it doesn't matter what you say to him or what type of videos you ask him to make. He will make any type of video, which basically increases the amount of people that might actually end up watching his channel. So all in all, I'm pretty happy that John actually has a really good personality. It's a very interesting personality. Of course, the only thing I would highly recommend that he maybe improve is maybe he could improve the quality of his microphone. Like, there was one video he actually had a blue snowball or something like that in the background of his video, and it sounded really good. Of course, there are some instances where I do get a little bit annoyed by watching his videos, like if he yells like literally every single second. I mean, I don't really like those videos that he makes, but either way, that's pretty much all I have to say about John Roblox's personality, and without further ado, let's talk about his audience. Alright, so personally, I don't really know much about John Roblox's audience, but all I know for a fact is that I can compare it with factual evidence. John Roblox's audience seems to be an audience that is very fond of Arsenal, and a lot of people play Arsenal, so of course his audience is going to be pretty big when it comes to that. Not only that, but some of his old videos include Reason to Die as well, so people who watch Reason to Die and people who basically watch any type of old Roblox, you know, related thing, very similar to Ruben Sims kind of audience. audience, I would say that John Roblox's audience kind of goes around with Ruben Sim's audience. I mean, even though they do produce a different type of content, I know it's really hard to explain here, but it kind of has that old Roblox feeling, like this natural feeling that isn't pushed, that isn't like, you know, unnatural like somebody like my username is this. Of course, I'm not necessarily trying to name people. Sorry, I'm username is this, but I don't necessarily like your content as much as I like John Roblox's content. Of course, they have a reason to be doing that, and so again, I'm gonna stop pointing fingers here, but John Roblox, either way, John Roblox, he does have a very nice personality for the kind of person he is, and I'm pretty sure that his audience really enjoys that and kind of reflects it. So I'm assuming that most of John Roblox's audience includes people from the classic Roblox community who just want a YouTuber to watch that isn't unnatural like most kid YouTubers, and so they watch John Roblox and quite frankly they really enjoy it. But either way, that's all I really have to say about John Roblox's audience, so without further ado, let's conclude this all. Either way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and of course, wrapping up everything, John Roblox is a Roblox YouTuber with about 144,000 subscribers. He uploads Roblox content, but as well, he specifically uploads Arsenal-related content, as well as other types of content like Our Reason to Die, as well as many other types of content that are also really Roblox-related. I'm not sure if he ever uploaded Team Fortress videos, but if you look in his old videos, you might see stuff like that too. Either way, John Roblox also has some pretty good editing in some of his videos, but in others, I would highly recommend that he kind of improve some of his editing. Of course, that's just me, but it's totally up to him to make that decision, because some of his videos, like the Arsenal admin saves the ocean, is really well edited for a short video. Either way, wrapping up his personality, John Roblox has a pretty good personality. He's a very energetic guy, and he definitely does have a good entertaining personality. A little bit toxic, but entertaining at the same time. And of course, John Roblox's audience is mostly in the FPS scene, and that's kind of where I expect most of his audience to be from, and also the old nerdy kind of Roblox audience. Either way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This video is now 20 minutes long, which is really sad, so this video is going to take me very long to edit, so I hope you guys are okay. And either way, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and yeah, I'm gonna have a nightmare editing this. Peace out, my friends, and have a fantastic day.